Hey BooTube, currently it is Sunday right now, pretty much 1:30 in the afternoon. I don't have time because my cousin's graduation party is today and my aunt will be picking me up and we have to pick up food like 2 o'clock, so I have literally half an hour to pretty much get this recorded, put stuff away, and leave. So let's get to it. Fear the Walking Dead Season 3, I believe Episode 4, I want to say 4, titled 100. I believe this is either my part 3 or part 4? I could be totally wrong. It'll be there in the title, most likely. But anyway, either part 3 or 4, most likely 3. I remember I left off with, where pretty much it started from the last episode. Remember when the last episode, Strand he begs for water in his cell and someone actually brings him water and it turns out it was actually Daniel who turned out to be alive, and in this episode we found out what happened with Daniel and how he got there where Strand was. So basically we go back to that scene and Daniel actually asks what happened to Ophelia, and Strand tells him when the fire happened he escaped the burning manor, the burning home with Madison, Alicia, and Ophelia alive, and that they ended up at a hotel together. Which is all true. He told the truth. He did escape the burning estate with Madison, Alicia, and Ophelia all alive, and they all escaped to a hotel. But what he didn't tell Daniel, unfortunately, was the fact that while they're at the hotel, Ophelia pretty much abandoned them at the hotel. She took Strand's truck and pretty much abandoned him, Madison, and Alicia at the freaking hotel. He didn't say that. He did say the truth about escaping the burning estate with Ophelia intact, alive, and ending up at that hotel with her. But he didn't mention that she pretty much left the hotel. She pretty much left Strand, Madison, and Alicia by taking Strand's truck, too. And, he also mentions that, when they escaped the estate together, the four of them, he said that him, Madison, Alicia, and Ophelia believed, that Daniel was dead, because he was still, for all they know, he was still at that mansion when it caught on fire, right? All four of them believed he was dead, and he actually mentioned it, right? And, he begs Daniel to help him escape so they could go find Ophelia, because, he said that she was at the hotel with him, but he didn't mention that she left, like pretty much abandoned those three at the hotel and took the truck. So, for all Daniel knows, she's still at that hotel. Just not Strand, right? So, his mistake, though, was the fact that he told, Daniel that we have to go get Ophelia at the hotel. She's waiting for you. Because the reason why that's his mistake is because he even said in the beginning, he even, told, Daniel in the beginning that him, Madison, Alicia, and Ophelia, when they saw the burning estate, they thought Daniel was dead in the fire. So when he said, oh, she's waiting for you, it's like, why would she be waiting for me when she, along with the rest of you three, thought I was dead? So, pretty much Daniel calls Strand's bluff, which is technically not a bluff, because in the beginning, he did escape the burning escape. The burning estate with Madison, Alicia, and Ophelia alive. They ended up at the hotel. He just never mentioned, and all four of them did in fact thought that Daniel was dead. He was telling the truth up until, he was pretty much telling the truth. He just left out the fact that Ophelia wasn't at the hotel anymore, that she left the hotel before he did, right? So, technically, Daniel calling Strand's bluff, even though it wasn't really a bluff, Strand was pretty much telling the truth. He just left out the fact that Ophelia left before everybody else from the hotel. And his big mistake was saying she's waiting for you. Because we all know she straight up left, right? And so, he's like, I'm calling your bluff. You would lie to get yourself out of anything. Olivia. Ophelia wouldn't be waiting for me. She believed I was dead. You said so yourself. So he pretty much tells Strand to rot in hell in the cell. And so, when Daniel gets back to Dante, he finds him interrogating Ephraim. He got to Ephraim, and Dante orders Daniel to torture Ephraim, because that's what Daniel used to do, basically. It was part of his skill set. So he's like, Daniel, go torture Efren until he reveals the person who helped him steal our water. My water, basically, right? And so Daniel goes up to Efren and pretty much quietly advises him, just talk. If you, please, whatever you do, don't say that it was Lola, right? He's pretty much advising him, don't out Lola, otherwise they're gonna kill you and Lola. Just don't say anything, and I'll do you a favor. I'll kill you quickly. Just whatever you do, do not out Lola, because if you do, not only will you be killed, so will Lola. Just let yourself get killed, and I'll do you a favor, and I'll kill you quickly, so it won't hurt, right? It's like, it's a double-edged sword. He doesn't want Efren to be killed, but at the same time, he doesn't want Lola to get killed, right? And if he gets Efren talking, both of them will die, right? So it's either Efren dies by not saying anything, or Efren and Lola die if Efren says something, right? So he's trying to do the lesser of two evils. Either one dies or two dies. So he'd rather get only one person dead instead of two, right? So he starts punching the hell out of Efren repeatedly, but I feel so sorry for Efren. And he's all out loud commanding him to confess, trying to make it look good in front of Dante, because he's watching, right? Like a hawk. And as he's preparing to pretty much swing a hammer, and not just the blunt edge, he's not trying to hit him with the blunt end of the hammer, like the part of the hammer you hit the nails with. He's getting that part of the hammer, the other end where you use to pry open the nail out, that sharpie little part. And as he's about to swing at the hammer, Efren, Lola cracks. She runs over, goes in front of Efren, stops him, outing out herself as Efren's accomplice. She pretty much screwed herself over, right? And Dante, along with his little bodyguard friend JC, take Efren, Lola, Strand, and apparently that little worker dude that Daniel worked with, Pablito, to the damn catwalk. Remember that same place where they threw over a dude over the dam into a pile of infected? Yeah, they're there. And you could probably guess why. But Dante ends up taking Pablito. It's like, I need you to be my messenger pigeon to tell the world what happens when you disobey me or betray me. He's like, okay, I'll be your messenger penguin. It's like, okay, fly. And so he just pushes his ass over the edge. I was like, damn! I really thought that he was going to spare Pablito so he could be a messenger pigeon to basically everybody saying, oh my god, if you betray Dante, he's going to throw you over the edge of the dam and you're going to land in a pile of infected. Don't do it, right? But nope, he just pushes Pablito over the edge anyway, despite his pleas of innocence. Because obviously Pablito, apparently, according to him, did not know that this was happening. And I kind of believed him. So he was innocent in all of this. But damn, I've got nothing to say. But anyway, unfortunately, Lola was next up in line to be executed. And Dante's like, Daniel, you're going to be the one to push her over, right? And apparently Daniel had a different plan, because he ends up headbutting JC. Anyway, so I thought I heard something. Anyway, Daniel had a different plan. Instead of following Dante's orders and throwing Lola off next, he headbutts JC and then shoots him, and then shoots the other two bodyguards that are with Efren and Strand. Because remember, they already killed Pablito. There were only 4 of them that they took. Efren, Lola, Strand, and Pablito, right? And then Dante, JC, Daniel, and I think 2 other of his bodyguards, right? So it's like 5 of them to the 4 that they took. Or 4. I want to say there were 3 bodyguards, including JC, and then there's Dante. So there's 5 of them if you include Daniel, right? Headbutts JC, and then shoots him. Kills the other 2 bodyguards that were right next to Strand and Pablito, not Pablito, Strand and Efren, because remember, Pablito was pushed off and Lola was next in line. And then he ends up killing Dante. And then he pretty much sets everyone free, and then he gives the gun to Lola. kneels before her and asks to be forgiven. And I honestly thought that Lola was going to shoot Daniel, because she pretty much gave the gun, he pretty much gave the gun to her, kneeled in front of her, was like, forgive me. But apparently, nope, she holds out her hand to Daniel. And I'm guessing that's a sign of forgiveness, right? So, that was an amazing episode. I'm kind of curious on what Daniel's little interaction with Strand will be afterwards. So, especially after he pretty much left Strand in the cell and told him to rot. But, maybe, Strand will finally tell the entire truth. Like, he was pretty much telling the truth. The only difference is he just left out the fact that Ophelia left Madison, Alicia, and him at the hotel and stole the truck and disappeared, right? He just left that out. Everything else was pretty much real, He did escape with those three, including Ophelia. They did end up at a hotel. They all thought that Daniel was dead in the fire. He didn't lie. He just left out the fact that Ophelia left them and stole the truck. So, maybe, hopefully, after this episode, maybe, Strand will actually tell that part of the story to Daniel, like, yeah, we were at the hotel, but your daughter stole the truck and left. We don't know where she is. So maybe he'll say that, and maybe, that will convince Daniel, I have to find my daughter, and maybe Strand will help. I don't know. But looks like we're going to get more of Lola, because I heard that the actress playing Lola is going to be coming back for more episodes, so I'm looking forward to more interactions with Lola, too. And more of Efren, because he's alive. I feel bad for Plebito. R.I.P. to Plebito. Anyway, that is my reaction rant to Fear the Walking Dead Season 3, I believe Episode 4, titled 100, and I want to say this is Part 3. But anyway, bye, Bootu.